Salutations, my lords and ladies. Yes, we are back at it again. Yes, back at it again. We are doing a movie review, but today is the very first day we are doing a big group review. Yes, we have the Duke of Gaming. Yes, we have the Master of Cinema. Yes, we have the Emperor Menelise. Yes, we have the Lord of Animation and the Connoisseur himself. That's me. And we're going to be talking about the FNAF 2 movie. You haven't seen the FNAF 1 movie? You haven't seen the FNAF 2 movie? Get out of here. Come on back to us when you're finishing up, because we are going to be spoilers ahead. We're going to be talking about it from just the movie alone standpoint and then following off with lore afterwards. But we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a lot of fun just talking about it, chatting up. But boom, we are doing the group review. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Booyah. All right, my boys. What is up? Hi. Thank you for coming. How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing?
I'm goody, man. Thanks for asking.
Doing good.
All right. My boys, the FNAF movie. Now, if you've been living on the rock, I feel bad for you, because you should at least have heard of something FNAF. Whether you've seen the animated stuff on YouTube, whether you've seen like the lore, the memes, anything. FNAF is FNAF. And we love it, and we love it here, right? But as we can see from the movie, because I learned from this, like Machi and Anthony, right? I just want to make sure I'm correct about this. Like, y'all are kind of like, don't really know that much about the lore, like the aspects of the game. But y'all at least got to watch the movie, and hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Like, let me just ask y'all this, like, going forward, so Machi, like, how did you feel about the movie? Just going forward, just like in a movie standpoint alone.
Movie standpoint alone, I thought it was interesting. It's very kind of classic horror, or more like standard horror, not really classic. But I really enjoyed it on that aspect. It did feel kind of hollow throughout some things, mainly going through the characters, but also I don't know everything about them from how they're supposed to even be originally portrayed and all that. But I thought it was an okay movie out of all.
I got you. What about you, man? How you feeling? How you feeling about that movie?
It was definitely better than the first one, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
First one, like the first one didn't really make sense for the. I know enough about the lore to know that the first one just like didn't really hit it.
Yeah, then that's fair. That's fair.
It's sort of, yeah, I don't know. It kind of bothered me a little bit, but we're talking about the second one. So I thought that the characters themselves, like, I feel like they're a little inconsistent.
Okay, I got you. Like one character in particular you would like to talk about, like with the inconsistency?
Like, what's her name? The main
Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. She like goes back and forth between I'm scared out of my mind and can't do anything to let me go fight all these ghosts, or not ghosts really, but like ghosts.
Yeah, ghost equivalent.
Yeah. Like instantly. Like she's just flip flop. I also thought the ending for the movie was stupid. Completely.
I got
stupid.
you. How about you, Machi? How did you feel about the ending of the movie? From just like a not big lore standpoint.
It kind of pissed me off that we all just forgot that there was one more monster that nobody dealt with, and then it came and possessed her. I was like, that's stupidity. All right.
I got you. Now I would just move on to definitely some big people who have at least known more of the lore. So that's going to be Logan. We also got Dane here. How are you feeling? Like Logan, for instance, like how did you feel from a movie standpoint before we get into the lore aspect?
As someone who's played the games, and I felt this way after seeing the first movie. It's not like I wasn't expecting it to follow the plot of the games, and after being a little disappointed that it wasn't doing that in the first movie, I was able to go into the second movie prepared enough to know that it was going to be different, and that I was going to have to expand, my worldview of what of that universe should look like, and then just being able to sit back and like let the producers and whoever worked on the movie kind of just take aspects of the game and like piece them together in a different puzzle, just kind of like the lore dropping and like the Easter eggs and the stuff like that. This really was a movie for the fans more than anything else. And as a fan and somebody who has played almost all of the games and have paid really close attention to it for most of the time that the franchise has existed, it was really enjoyable just from that aspect.
All right, got you. Especially thank you for touching on like the little bit of the lore aspect as well. And then just going forward, like Dane, I just gotta ask you same question. Just going forward, how you were feeling, cousin? Yeah, you were like the last one to watch it actually.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, yeah, especially with like, long about like it's like kind of like remix the lore, right? Because if you like play the games and try to follow the lore, like for at least games 1 through 6, it starts getting a little bit freaky. If I'm gonna be honest, like some things just don't line up. You gotta like try to like wiggle things together,
Yeah.
in a way to like make sense of the story. Like this happens there because like for FNAF 1 through 3, you can see that. Then it's like 4 through 6. They try to like extend the story in a way that should make enough sense. Because if you do timeline wise, these should happen after that. But then it's just like, I don't know, when it goes to, and then it's FNAF 6, and it's a lot. It's a lot, to be honest. I'm gonna make it into the film because yeah, you see like especially in FNAF 2, in the movie here, to talk about the movies now, they like start combining some of the, because you see Circus Baby and you're like, hold up. Technically speaking, that's a little early.
Dude, I almost creamed my pants when I saw her.
No, dude, I saw your reaction and it was perfect because like you literally like you were like snapping. I heard you snapping in the theater to get my attention out because I already knew that it happened. My dear viewers, I saw it twice because I saw it once with like just like one of my friends, and then I also just saw it like with the Connoisseurs themselves as well, and it was just fun to just watch.
Thanks for
Logan,
reopening that wound.
Hey! I had my reasons.
Right, Machi? Right, Machi?
Boo him! Boo!
Boo!
Hey, back off! I saw it twice. Especially, I'm glad that I saw it the second time. I'm glad I saw it the second time. I realized a lot more things going forward that I didn't see in the first watch through. But just going back to what I was initially saying, it's just like it is crazy how they. I'm not gonna lie. They really applied themselves. They went above and beyond. Like Logan said, it's definitely a movie for the fans. There was a lot into it. Going back to what Dane said about Circus Baby, it is crazy the fact that Circus Baby shows up because, bro, we haven't even gotten into Sister Case. We haven't gotten into movie 3 yet, game 3 yet, bro. We were literally like kind of 3 steps ahead. So that's kind of crazy to see that because I feel like how they're doing the story, it's like they're like you said, Dane, they are switching it a little bit in some way, but at the same time, I feel like they are a little bit staying consistent, and I will get into that a little bit later down the line in this video. But next question I just have is like the animatronics, like especially like the toy animatronics and like the voice acting and stuff. Like, how do we feel? Like, Machi, I'm gonna ask you this first. Like, how did you feel going forward? Yeah,
this was my first one. I did see one before I watched this, and I went back to watch one for this whole thing. And I think they stepped it up. I think it's better than the first movie, and I really like the kind of vibe they went for here.
Yeah, okay, got you. Logan and Dane, how are y'all feeling?
Just about the animatronics?
Yeah, like just like no, not just like the animatronics alone, but like from compared to the first movie, like how the original animatronics. That to this, like we have Mango, we have the puppet, like just that stuff. Like, how did you like seeing the animatronics, seeing like the different design stuff, like the different scare tactics that they used in this film? Like, how did that feel? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like the usage of the animatronics in this movie.
Usage of animatronics. The only thing, really, the only thing I liked about how they used the animatronics was the scene where Mike was in the office. Air quotes office because there's no doors or anything, right? In the the second location, or at least the second movie's location, and how all the old animatronics, like whenever they showed up, they did the exact movements of like how they were in the game. So like Chica showing up in her arms, being stuck out in a T pose. That's exactly how it was in the game. I don't remember exactly what the other ones they actually did were, but like I forget. Was Bonnie a part of that? Because another one was in it where they did the exact thing that they're supposed to do in the game, and it even like from like a film perspective, like the exact perspective of the character, the player in the game, they put the camera in the same spot. So in the game, like Bonnie, or like one of them would be like off to the right of the screen a little bit more. And then in the movie, they'd be in the same spot off to the right of the screen a little bit more, off on that like that right third of the screen and not directly in the middle. And it would just like do stuff like that. That as soon as I saw it, it gave me like a braingasm of like, oh, I've seen that before. Like, it was, there was so much attention to detail in making it just like the game that, you know, in that aspect of the animatronics, I think was by far the best thing they did with any of them.
Before I get to you, Dan, I would like to say this going forward, just to remind you some stuff. Look, another big thing I remember you saying that you really liked is like the Freddy mask, right? You said like how they do like the whole like when Mike is like kind of like going up and down with the mask. That's literally how it feels when you're playing the game. One thing I liked, especially for like FNAF 2, is like when you see Wither Bonnie bust out through the vents. I was like, yo, that legit is how it feels. I love that, especially because like Bonnie's like, I didn't like realize that like kind of Bonnie's on the ground like when it kind of happens. So like Mike kind of trips up and then he kind of is in danger now that he's on the floor. I kind of like that, like it adds to that danger. Like, oh snap, yeah, Bonnie could get me now. I'm on the floor, I'm on the ground. I have to get up as quick as I can. Like the danger. One thing in particular they did the best on was the puppet. Absolutely the puppet. For me, especially because that was the one that really terrified me when I was a kid. They did the puppet great. But my cousin, I gotta talk to you. How did you feel about the animatronics, my boy?
The animatronics? Yeah, I gotta say, Loki the puppet had some aura in this film. I can't.
Oh my goodness.
Jit was doing too much. The puppet was not moving like this in any game, by the way.
Bro. Dog. I think hands down the best scare for me was when the puppets in Chica, and then like when they kind of shut down the entire system, her chest plate just starts shaking, then cracks open. You just hear the oh dude, my soul left my body. Bro, first time watching it, I literally gasped. Physical gas, bro. Physical loss of air. That second time, that still got me. That's how good it was. Already knew what was happening, still got me. Love that. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, because like I was like the only bull in the theater, so I was watching it like completely by myself.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, he was screaming the whole time.
No, that sounds about right.
I see.
No, I stand on what I just said. Anyways, but yeah,
I gotta be honest, yeah. But it's
cool. I feel like the animatronics were done pretty well. You know, they're consistent. Obviously, the team behind it making animatronics, you can tell they care a lot about the lore and like the games and everything to make it as long as they're consistent with like how the gameplay wise it is, and the voice actors all did pretty well. I'm gonna be honest. Because people talking about what's the name? Was it Megan Fox or am I tripping?
Yeah,
Megan Fox. It was Megan Fox, Matt Pat, and then so Megan Fox was Chica, Matt Pat was Bonnie. The person that's kind of like one of the official Freddy voices did Freddy, and then Mangle didn't have a voice actor, and I don't know who voice acted the puppet for a little bit. But it was kind of like, I mean, to be fair, it was like the people who were getting possessed with a puppet were voice acting the puppet, if you think about it. Like, but not really. Like, we're just speaking with like that eerie, like kind of like, and one thing I like about like movies, especially if it's like a kind of thriller, horror, supernatural kind of thing, I like how they like make like the audio change if a person is possessed. Like they'll make it sound like eerie or like more like glitched out or like echoey, like kind of thing. Like I like that. Like I like that's one thing in particular I like that attention to detail, especially because when both McKenna Grace and because I don't remember the actor's name, the fictional name she had, but I just know the actor's name. And what's Mike's sister's name? The little
Abby?
trouble child, Abby. Yeah. Abby. When you see both of them being possessed, they don't have any legs, or like their hands are literally how the puppet's hands are. Like I thought that was interesting. Like that's some real attention to detail. But the funny thing about that is that Matt Pat actually does a video and he actually talks about this a little bit while they're doing a theory, where he talks about how like a lot of the people who are working on the movie, especially for FNAF 2, they were asking him a lot of questions. They were asking him so much, like if they're doing this right, does this work going forward, like the lore and also like other aspects. Like they would ask like him a lot of stuff about that just to make sure everything was smooth. So like, especially even it turns out the person that plays Abby, the sister, she's a big FNAF fan. She is absolutely obsessed with FNAF. So she was like telling like Josh Hutcherson and the person that plays Vanessa and all the other actors like how this would work, stuff like that. And she was kind of giving them key points, like how they'd be feeling, stuff like that's what I was hearing. Like it was like I thought that was interesting too. It's like especially like yeah, young actors like that love like FNAF and stuff like that. Just and like it's for the kids, man, because we grew up on that stuff. Like getting her to like bring out that like knowledge and like surprising the older actors. I honestly I like that better. I like that. That was a good thing. Just to note. I want to just bring that out in the video going forward. Next thing I do want to mention, I do want to talk about is just for lore purposes alone. But there is a question before I get into that, but I want to center around Machi because I know that you said that you didn't really like the ending that much. How did you feel going forward with like the choice that Mike makes? You know, the Mike makes the choice to like distance himself from Vanessa and like the whole entirety alone. Like, how did you
Spoiler
feel about
alert.
that?
So it's funny.
Spoiler
So
alert.
first, on the first viewing, yeah.
Well, they know it's spoilers. I told them from
You
the
didn't
beginning.
say it. You didn't say it though.
I did. I did.
You do
Logan,
not say it.
Logan, I said it at the start of the video.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it,
We
don't worry about it.
fix it in post.
What? It's at the start of the video. They know it's spoilers, bruh.
All right.
All right.
But so on my first viewing, because I hadn't seen the first FNAF before I watched this one. On my first viewing, I came out of like left field when he was all like, "No, stay away from us." But I was like, "That's kind of weird that he just said that." Like on a fundamental level, I can understand in what you call it, how she's withholding things from him, not telling him the full truth, or even explaining him the full situation or gravity of what's been going on, right? But then also, it doesn't feel like the movie built up to him making that decision in the end well enough, right? But after I watched the first movie, I understood his reasoning for saying, "Yo, back up from me and like leave us alone more." Definitely.
Yeah, no.
But it also didn't feel like he's holding the right person accountable.
Okay, I can get you with that, especially because like no, one thing in particular I would say just that I found funny is just like when she's like, "Nah, I have my family. This is my family." You see the way Mike is holding Abby. He's like, "Girl, if you don't back up," he's like, "I'm not with you. This isn't a we situation. This is me and Abby. I don't know you. Stay away from me." Because that had me cracking up going forward. But Logan and Dane, for instance, like same question just asked for you. But since y'all know more of the lore, how did y'all feel about seeing that scene where Matt kind of chooses to distance himself from Vanessa going forward?
I thought it was funny. I mean, I didn't. It's like I get it, but at the same time, the pacing of their whole entire like relationship throughout the story, and then there being the big like, "This is my family. I stand with my blood," and then immediately like 5 minutes after that, him be like, "No, stay away." Like, it was a little goofy, but. I don't know. I wasn't sitting there to enjoy a good movie. I was sitting there to enjoy good memories. So, you know, I didn't care either way.
Would you have made the same decision? I forgot to ask Machi that. Like, would you have this as well?
Anything you want here? No, not really.
Okay. What about you, Logan?
I mean, probably yes, just because I wouldn't want to put, a family. I don't want to put myself or a little sister in danger, but like, I think it's easy to say. I think it's easy to say no from a outsider's perspective of looking at the story, only because we know that Vanessa has a lot more that she can, say to help out.
Yeah.
True. How about you, Dane? How are you feeling? Like, with just like him distancing himself, and like, what if you chose that same scenario?
I mean, overall, like, I'd probably say like, I probably agree with what Roland said. Like, agree with what he did, because like, as someone who does actually have a little sister, and like, if I'm dealing with this every day, I'm like, maybe I'll know the common denominator here. I can put 2 and 2 together. So maybe we got to formulate a plan, away from the Jit, who's the daughter of the villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, yeah. But something I'm pointing out something with this later. But yeah.
As for me, so at first when she hits the whole like it's like my family, and I was cracking up at feeling it. And then he just says like, stay away from me. At first I was like, whoa, dude, like she was kind of like gang with you, bro. Like she was like, I want to be a part, like I'm not trying to be with like the dark side. I want to like stay like with you. Like this is me being for real. Like this is me giving like the realness, like Vanessa. And then Mike says like, nah, I want you to like back off, stay away from me, stay away from my family. At first I didn't get it, but then I had to think about it in the sense of this, right? Especially because like, okay, and I'm gonna do this just cause. Spoiler ahead, we get to find out that Michael Afton is also in the film. Mike Schmidt is the player character. We are the player character. We just want to survive the 5 nights and go home and enjoy our exotic butters and watch TV. Like we don't want to be dealing with the animatronics, the crazy family situation that Vanessa got on. We just want to get out of it and go. Like the entirety of the point that Mike is feeling, especially like to the point where he's just trying to tell Vanessa like, I just want to have a normal life. Like I just want to build my house, have a normal life, and just like relax. I don't want to be dealing with all this. Like I can't keep going to this point. He's kind of like the chosen one that doesn't want to be the chosen one. An individual that like keeps getting dragged back into it when he wants out completely. And seeing that and then seeing the way that he decides to distance from Vanessa, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because as a player character, we don't want to be a part of this. We just want to get out. We just needed a job. We didn't need this whole familial crazy ghost kid baggage. So it's like seeing that, I'm like, I can understand why he did what he did. Me going forward, I probably would distance myself because she didn't tell me about her brother, and that would kind of tick me off a little bit. Like he did actually straight up like I think like in the first movie, like anything else, and she kind of was just like, nah, like that's it, like that's like all I really need to tell you. And then the fact that we have a serial killer brother out there, like, bruh, what are we doing? So it's just like it was just that's just what I'll say. Like I think that distancing yourself in the span of like being the player character, that makes sense. For me, I don't know, it would have to be like a flip the coin kind of situation, 50-50, roll the dice to see how I'm feeling at that moment. But yeah. Last but not least, like legitly, the last question I kind of have, because I is how do y'all feel about where this movie is going to go forward? Because another thing, spoiler ahead, Springtrap comes out. He's here. He's alive. We're gonna get movie 3. So Machi, from like a outside perspective, not really big on the lore, not really big on the games, like the fact that now we see Springtrap, like how does that feel? Like you're excited about the new film? Do you think they're gonna progress and do better, or do you think they're gonna get worse? Like how you feeling?
So first of all, I don't really know what Springtrap is, but from what I'm guessing, right, especially from what you've seen the opening of this movie, right, is it's Vanessa's father, right?
Yeah.
Jim possessing. I think that goes for it's a compelling narrative. I think, hopefully, this will help end Vanessa's kind of part in the story, and even like pull together her kind of story and what's going on with her. So I'm kind of excited to see that.
Okay, I got you. How about you, Lolo?
I'm so excited. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was always my favorite in terms of lore and story and all that stuff. I'm so excited for it.
I got you. And then my boy, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting they're doing FNAF 3, because you have the FNAF 3 timeline, which is one thing. Where you see Springtrap get back, and then maybe they're doing it a little bit earlier. So instead of finding him 30 years later, they find him like just a couple of years later. So that's what we can tie in with like what's it called, baby, like being that they find a baby, and then you could also then sometime FNAF 6 where you get them all back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the old one building to burn them all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then also with Vanessa being possessed, but she was security breach. I don't know if any of y'all play that, but like security
I know.
breach, so she gets possessed by Glitch Trap and everything. So I guess that's the thing, going with the puppet instead. So I want to see how they do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be interesting. But like, I don't know. Yeah, if we ever get a free, are we gonna have a free talk after this? You know what I mean? Just to talk about the movie in general.
Yeah. This is like legit the free talk now. It's like
the free talk. All right. First of all, when they kill that girl and the oldest staring at the girl just dying on the floor, are we serious? Are we serious? No, we're actually trolling. We are like she just died on the floor, and they're like, "How could this be? Help her! CPR, first aid kit. Nobody can give her a band-aid or something, bro. Just do something." They watch her just bleed out, and then they see the puppet taking off. I was like, "Yep, y'all done this to yourselves. You know what I mean? If y'all see a 8 foot tall animal trying to get your door, punching your Jason." And then, like, nothing could be done. Like,
Bro,
we just watched her die. It was low-key crazy.
oh man. All right. As for me, with like just, I'm sorry, I'm throwing off a little bit. All right, nah, okay, yes, because especially for me when seeing Springtrap, especially at the part that like you see me, he's like powering up because literally the kid tells Mike, he's like, Mike, when we leave, I can't hold him back any longer. He's gonna be stronger than ever because now he's possessed. Because that's literally like the whole like possession, like being able to just like he's free. He's free. He's finally able to just truly be William Afton, like Springtrap, just going crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's interesting to see that. Like when he was powering up, you kind of hear like it's like that you hear that like it's like him coming alive. Like it's like, but it's like really like the suit is turning on as well. I love that. For Free Talk alone, these are the biggest things I was thinking about like going forward with this movie. One, Circus Baby being in there is interesting, especially because if you look at her eyes, what does the eyes entail? Because right now, a lot of people are kind of like debating on like if the eyes were blue or green, as we see. Because if they're green, as people would know, especially if he's known the lore, that means that Elizabeth Athen's already been chopped up. So what does that mean for Vanessa? Because originally we just thought that Vanessa was taking over the sister role, of being Elizabeth Athen. Another thing in particular that I thought is also interesting is that they're flipping the story a little bit, but not entirely. For instance, Golden Freddy is supposed to be like the main kind of like vengeful spirit, the main kind of like spirit that's like, nah, screw Afton. He doesn't deserve death. He needs to just die and suffer over and over and over again. And then you have the puppet, Charlie. She wants to bring gifts to everybody, bring life, breathe life in, carry people, hold people, right? But now it's flip flop where Charlie, the puppet, is now, or Charlotte, as they call her in the movie, is now the kind of like vengeful spirit, and Golden Freddy is the spirit of good, the spirit of good that's just trying to like look out, especially for Abby, as you see in the first movie. Even to the point, Michael Afton is now a villain. A lot of people are like, yo, what the heck is going on with this? Is what I find interesting about this, my dear viewers. Especially, and it goes into when Mike Schmidt is finally talking to Henry Emily, which hands down, I love the fact that they chose the guy, Stu, who plays Stu in Scream, to be like Henry Emily to like Matthew Lillard's William Afton, because that's just perfect. That's attention to detail, ladies and gentlemen. That's just perfect. But it was just interesting that if you look at his eyes, because eyes are a big thing in FNAF. Eyes really mean something. When you look at his eyes and how he's kind of like egging on Mike, and I realized that in the second watch through of like this movie, that like he already knows what the situation is. He's egging him on. He's putting papers and moving stuff around for like Mike to notice them and then like pick up on the fact that like, oh, Abby's in danger. I have to go. And then he's like, oh wait, Mike, before you leave, you know what's interesting? Charlotte loved this music box, and as we know from the games, the music box, you have to wind that up to make sure to keep the puppet in check from the games. So he gives him a music box, and all that stuff. You realize that Henry is low-key planning something throughout, and you can tell that in the way his eyes move. It's like no, and he's edging him on. And then when you get the spoiler warnings at the very, very last end, you get the phone call, you get the confirmation that Henry is the partner of William. He's like telling Mike everything, right? And then how Michael Afton doesn't say Mike, he says like legit Michael. What I'm realizing is I don't think Michael Afton is the villain that people are thinking he is. I think they are staying consistent with the story plot of the games, because Michael and Henry are this tag team dysfunctional duo that are trying to break up William's evil and burn it all down, right? Mike goes to all the different locations trying to do what he can to like fix his father's evil, stuff like that. And he does do some messed up stuff in the games, but he kind of like gets on this path of righting his father's wrongs, righting the sins of his father. So in that, and when I'm watching and I'm seeing the voice message, and I'm also just seeing like the connotation of Henry, in my opinion, I feel like what's going to happen later down for the movies going forward is this. I see that Vanessa's getting possessed, right? So instead of like her being glitch trapped, it is the Charlotte, because Charlotte is the vengeful spirit here. I find that interesting because they're going to build that more probably in movie 3, because we're going to have to deal with her as an antagonist, or maybe not. Maybe she's going to end up being a sister location. We'll get into that. Because there's no way they're going to be able to do like game 4, but that's besides the point. And then going back to it, I'm thinking of, if that is the case, and we see that Michael and Henry are working together, and for game 3 alone, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I see Abby as playing the Elizabeth role. And they already hinted at it in movie 1, that they had like a weird like doll-like marionette thing that was about to chomp her up. And then also we see Circus Baby. I think Abby might either die or get kidnapped in movie 3. And I think that's how it's gonna end off, because that would be interesting, because that would then make Mike have to get back in the game, have to join back in to save his sister. So that's how I'm feeling going forward. And then Machi, just to reiterate, because I know you had to leave for a little bit. Right now we're just going over like just like a free for all, just like anything just last you want to just like bring up and talk about a little bit. So I was gonna pertain to you, like just anything you were feeling.
How are we feeling about Abby?
Bro, she needs to sit down, bro. She needs to talk. Honestly, bro, it's getting ridiculous.
Abby might doom the world, which sounds like an exposition, but she might doom the world, low-key.
Bro, the way like her face is all smiley when Chica's like, I'm gonna go talk to your teacher, bro. Like, you already know she's gonna murder. And then like the way all the kids are just smiling, like, yay, Chica! Like, bro.
It's a ball of death. A ball of death is around of her, bro. It's the aura.
Bro, that's like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes kids in like horror movies, stuff like that, they be doing the dumbest stuff, bro. The dumbest stuff for no good reason. Those aren't your friends. They try to kill you in the first movie. Get that through your head. You're not safe. This place is run down and evil. I'm sorry, like, but like that's just how I'm feeling. Like, Abby's kind of ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. She would give me a migraine. Absolutely give me a migraine. 24/7. But Logan, what about you for Abby? Because I forgot to interject with you real quick.
I don't know. She's like 14 and is still like, oh no, my friends who
She's
were
11.
dead. Who cares? She's too old. Make some friends. But she has a friend. She has a friend in this movie.
She has a friend, but she's trying to be her friend. She's not talking to him the whole time. And he's like, I'm trying to help you out over here. And she's like, talk to him. He's nice.
Right. She's got friends. Well, she has a friend. She could totally make other friends. They're literally in the beginning of the movie. And well, in the first movie, it's like, oh no, she's too quiet. She doesn't talk to anybody. She doesn't have any friends. She's getting bullied, blah, blah, blah. Second movie, she's like outgoing. She's super happy. She's smiling at school. She's a straight A student. She's got a best friend. Other people are talking to her too. Like, why do you care about these other, like, grow up. Sorry. So yeah, she's annoying.
Machi, I know, because I know you said something, and after we watched the movie, I think you're gonna get. So yeah, but bust away, man. What do you want to say about Abby?
Let her die. Come on. You want to go be with them? Go. Bye. What are you doing? And you go over there to the murder house and show up with the murderers. No, what are you talking about? At a certain point, you got to beat your kids. I don't deal with that. I don't care. Sometimes these are extreme cases, extreme scenarios, and they require some extreme solutions over here. And at this point, a nice smack across the face or up the head might get her into it. Hey, they're trying to kill you. See how that hurt? That's what they're gonna do.
That's what they're gonna do. Washi, no.
All right. That being said, I feel like maybe we should wrap this one up.
Disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. He's saying that, like, legit, Mike would need to do something to get her focused. He's just saying it in that context.
These are not Connoisseurs approved thoughts. Anything you hear is not approved by the Connoisseurs consensus. That is a personalized opinion, not to be assumed for any of us.
Just for Abby and the fictitious thing alone.
look, at this point, it's either you do that or you have to leave the country because she keeps trying to go back to the place, and this place is all over the country. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
have
for
to
real.
stop, discipline the child, or let her die.
Oh, it's gonna be great when she gets locked in the basement underground after going through the elevator.
Nah, for
Circus
real.
Baby's gonna have a
No.
wonderful time.
They're killing her in the next movie. I'm telling you, I feel it, bro. I feel
So
it. They're gonna
are
kill
we
her.
saying Abby should be getting scooped?
I don't know about scooped, but I'm pretty sure she's.
Yeah, pretty sure that's Michael's thing. Didn't they just leave him on the grass too? Like they knocked him out, but
Yeah.
like wasn't just on the grass. Like no
He was just
police
on the
torch or
grass.
anything. He's probably gonna go back to the basement, right?
Yep.
And if-
Athens, they love the basement.
They love basements too much. If I'm gonna be honest.
No, for real.
But yeah, so maybe his two things, right? One a funny thing, when he put in the little FNAF plush, and they actually got the guy to do it to do like the FNAF like yeah, he's actually credited in the movie. Look at the what's it called, the credits. They credited the actual guy who they did the beatbox for it, so I saw that pretty cool. And then two, they might make put the FNAF 3 longer. If I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I hope so. I love that. I love that
And
game.
it gets caught in a co-writer because low key, I feel like if he has a co-writer to make a longer movie, because like he has good thoughts, but he's got to flesh it out low key. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So should we flesh it out? Because if they're doing how they probably wanted to be a trilogy, if I'm going to be honest, if it truly they would need to be a longer movie, because they're probably going to mix 3. Actually, hold up. They might do the 5 first. So with the toy, not the toy animatronics, the circus animatronics, right? So might do that part first.
Fun time.
The fun time animatronics, and then transition into FNAF 3's thing where they take the Afton. That's like kind of like the side by side story. So he's like in the attraction, and then you move on to the FNAF 6 storyline where they try to bring all the robots there, and then you get the speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get you.
I feel that's the best way to do it. Now, make that actually happen. It's going to take some work, low key, because this is also possessed. So you have a lot of storylines that maybe, depending on the length of the movie, they either do one movie at the same length, 2 more movies at the same length, or one really long movie.
Yeah, like a little 2-hour type situation. Yeah, I can see that. I see that. Oh, one thing, Logan, you brought up the fact that she has a friend. There's something I want to talk about. I think that's a ghost kid, boys. I don't think that's a real kid, boys. A ghost kid. The only person that interacts with that child throughout the entirety of that movie is Abby. No one else talks to him or interjects with that kid. Not interjects. No one else literally looks at that kid, talks to that kid. Even to the point, when the teacher comes over, he looking at her crazy. I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you looking at her crazy? Because he thinks she's talking to herself because he doesn't see the ghost kid. I'm telling you, that kid is not a real kid. He is a ghost kid. That kid is not a real kid. Her only friend that she just loves hanging out with those spirits, bro. I don't know what it is, man. She must be a spirit medium or something. She just love hanging out with the ghosties, bro. I don't know how to explain it, bro. But that kid is not a real. I'm like, oh, well, he is a real kid, but he's a ghost kid. He dead. Like, that's just how it is. I'm sorry, that kid is dead. He's done. He's spirit. And spirit.
And just stop making problematic friends. I low key.
But I just can't square away that he has a bunch of electronics with him as all times, though. So maybe that is it. But he's always, except for the bus scene and when she's talking to him going inside the class, he's only times you meet him is when there's electronics around, when they're trying to make the robots stuff. So.
Also, he's the one that eggs her on to even go to the location too. He's like, "Well, why don't you try to fix your friends?" I'm like, "Dog, why do you want her to go back, bro?" Like, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, "What you trying to say, dog?" Bro, maybe honestly, it was probably partially her and also that kid's fault, bro. But I mean, he was doing it on purpose. I'm telling you, bro. We gonna find out later. He's some kind of like spirit we haven't even known yet. I don't even know. I don't know what he could be in the story plot line, but he's gonna be something. I'm telling you that right now. Also, we don't even know what his name is. That's another thing. We don't even know what his name is.
Even in the cast? No.
Mm-hmm. Nope. I checked the cast, bro. We don't know his name, bro. So I just thought that was interesting. Any closing remarks?
But also, what's it called? Interesting. If you see fan pictures, you don't see Mrs. Afton. You don't see her face
Oh, that is true. I forgot about that.
because technically, lore-wise, and maybe potential future spoilers. If I get this right, hopefully not. Maybe, but just they're saying that his wife turns out to be Ballora.
Yeah, that is the biggest theory. And also, we have a Ballora drop.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, so the Funtime animatronics could play a huge role in the next movie. I'm gonna be honest, because it doesn't maybe technically help you out like Logan. Help me out here, but it isn't like doesn't maybe like guide you along the story in FNAF 5.
She kind of, you kind of help her out.
Yeah, like it's not like she's working for her because it's funny because in the games it's more Elizabeth Afton that takes on the man like takes on like the mantle or takes on the work of Afton basically as like when you get Trash Baby you get like all that stuff like but instead now it's like Michael. So I thought that was another switch. Like that's another interesting switch. But just Baby, like let me ask you a question. What color was Baby's eyes? What color was Baby's eyes? Like what did y'all see? What color did y'all
Green.
see?
It was green.
It was green.
I don't remember. My brain tells me pink or purple. But I don't remember.
Your brain is
what kind of
just
colors
gone.
are you seeing?
It's not even colorblind. It's not even colorblind. It's just gone.
I was trying. I don't remember because I was trying to get E-Man's attention the whole time. Little did I know he already saw the movie, so it wasn't new to him. I was sitting on the other side of him, all thinking like, "Oh man, this is so cool! Oh my gosh, it's Baby! Whoa, she's not supposed to be here for like, and I'm like making a scene in the theater, and he just made me seem like a fool.
No, I was smiling. I was excited to see your reaction when the Baby came on because I knew you were gonna be like, dude, you see that? It was, you can literally, I wish I could record the audio. You can literally hear him snapping at me, like, yo, you see that? It's like that. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he snaps and points to the TV. That was you, bro. You're like, hey, you got that? Like, you see what I'm seeing? Oh, Shadow Bonnie. That was another thing. That was cool. They did Shadow Bonnie. I did not think they were gonna be able to do that.
That was another one of those moments where it was like they put like Shadow Bonnie was in the exact spot, like did the exact same thing that it does in the game. And they don't even talk about it. They don't mention it. It's there over in that left corner of the room, and then it's not. And if you missed it, you missed it. That was really cool too.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Machi? I'm sorry. Okay, got you. One last thing I just want to say is that so far, and this is like the biggest thing. This is like the last thing that I think that we should mention because I want to know if y'all noticed that too. Supposedly, when the Ghost Kid is talking to Mike for the last time, and he says like all the thing about like William Afton and Springtrap, right? When Mike looks at the window, supposedly. Because these are two theories. Supposedly, Golden Freddy is at the window, or it's Shadow Freddy's at the window. Supposedly, that you can see the outline of a bearish animatronic when you look out the window.
Shadow Freddy would be crazy.
But that's what I was wondering if y'all saw something like, especially Dane, because Dane literally saw this, like the most recent person that saw this. So like, did you notice anything at the window? Like, you know what I'm referring to? Like when Mike kind of looks at the window, all inspired because like the Ghost Kid disappeared.
If I'm going to be honest, let's see. So when he's looking out the window.
Yeah, when he's looking at because he's looking at the blind, right? Supposedly. Yeah. There's eyes and like a kind of like a body outline at the window, but it disappears quickly like if you don't catch it. Supposedly, I don't know how factual it is, but that's been a lot of stuff that people have been talking about on Instagram and for that matter, and a little bit on YouTube. Like one of the theories I was watching, they did talk about that. I don't know myself because I didn't see anything. I'm glad I was able. The second time around, I was able to see Shadow. I didn't really see anything I didn't see anything myself. So I don't know if they're reaching or not, but that's just something I wanted to bring up to see if like y'all noticed that too.
Some jits may be looking too hard, if I'm gonna be honest.
Straining your eyes.
I don't know. I can't say I saw anything. Man, I may give it a second look because I was looking for a lot of things and I probably just missed that. If I'm going to be honest.
It's
We
definitely
should-
a, like, yeah. Oh, sorry, you go, you.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say it's definitely like a movie you definitely should rewatch twice if you want to like kind of get more into like a thought process of the lore, like and stuff like that. I mean, little alone, and this is like one thing that like Logan you brought up, and also like Monchi did a little bit. Like you literally see the purple rabbit head thing, like kind of closer to like the roof, is lit up the entire time.
Oh
And
yeah.
that kind of signals like glitch trap and stuff like that. Like that purple color, that purple bunny, you literally see that the entirety of it. Like that's like another thing that's kind of just like if you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss it kind of situation.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah. Anything else, boys, or we good?
Okay.
All right. Well, then
I mean,
would
it was
honestly-
just hey,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah. Give us like a second to respond. We got Discord.
Well, I
lag.
gave you a oh yeah, Discord lag. My bad. Godspeed, my son. Do it.
I was just gonna say it was cool to see. I don't know. It was just cool to see the effort, and it's always like, because even in the theater, two people came up and asked me and Machi, like if what we were gonna see, how if it was gonna be good or not, what blah 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 blah, if they should go see it, and really always just came down to if you are familiar with this franchise, if you've played the games, then go see it because you're gonna love it. If you don't, do not go see it because you're gonna be confused, and more than that, it's just gonna suck. It's not a good movie all by itself, but because of the huge fan base and the collective knowledge of the lore and like playing the games, that makes it a viewable experience.
It's a fan service movie.
It is absolutely a fan service movie.
Those are fun. It's specifically targeting a person of this fan base, and that's great. Those people can enjoy it, but it's not going to be as good for anybody else who's kind of excluded from that. But it is a thing that if they want to jump into this franchise, if they want to really understand what's going on here, if they couldn't really get it through the games and they want to try experience it through a new medium, that's always going to be a fun way and route to go down.
Yeah.
That's good, boys. That's good. I like that. That's definitely a good end right there. That's good.
It's one of those things like, and this is the last thing I wanted to say. It's like gaming movies always have a horrible rap for just being terrible, right? Like you go to see a gaming movie, you already know it's gonna be awful unless it's like, I don't like, just in the past few years, like the Sonic movies have been good, like they get good reviews.
Yeah.
The Mario movie people liked, but it wasn't like critically, it wasn't praised or anything like that. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 both got shat on by critics and like Rotten Tomatoes entirely. It's just it's funny to see how that all goes, and I really feel like because gaming is like gaining this mainstream attention a lot more and more every year, and now there's movies that are well known, like theatrical released movies. It's funny to see how and Machi, you man, if you know something that I don't from the past and the history of films or anything like that, then let me know. But like I really feel like this is the first time maybe ever where there's like a new category of movie that is just, this is a terrible movie, but and by no means should it be approved to get a sequel, but because of the attention that people are giving it, then it's good. The Minecraft movie, awful movie, but people loved it. They made jokes out of it. People were throwing around popcorn and crap in the theaters. Like, it was so successful, it's getting a sequel. Five Nights at Freddy's 1, awful movie, but it was so successful because of the audience, it's getting a sequel. It might get another sequel. It's just this new like archetype of entertainment that I think is really interesting coming out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you go, Machi. You go first.
It's sort of in the similar vein of Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. Like I was about to say, like it's not new.
Not that they lost the plot as they kept going forward. We know the plot, we know the formula, but it's at this point, especially because a lot of people know Five Nights at Freddy's is, right?
Yeah.
So when you come and see this movie, it's not a thing of you're wondering is it going to succeed or not. It's too big to fail.
you know who's going to come and see this movie. You know it has already procured an audience to come watch it. So they're going to come through. That's the same thing Fast and Furious did. It started off with very good movies, but as you keep going down, it lost the plot. But it still makes money. People still go watch it. People still love it. There's still an audience for it because they've already put in the work beforehand to get people to come and engage with it. And you could obviously say, yeah, but those movies are bad. But it's not about for when it's succeeding, whether it's good or bad. It's about, do people enjoy watching this movie? Is this even like a comfort movie? Or it's just, oh, I just really want to see some really cool things coming on in this movie.
And for me, I
There's
just like
those kind of movies coming out every now and then. This is just it's just the same thing, but we're seeing it now in a kind of gaming movie.
yeah. And honestly, just for me going forward, like it's not anything new because even like Fast and Furious, you also got like GI Joes, Transformers, like
Yeah.
even some of like the Marvel movies alone too. Like it's like, or even Star Wars. Did I say Star Wars already? Yeah, something like that. Like it's like, when you get to like those points, it's not new. Like you got it's like when you love franchise, you just trudge along. It doesn't matter. Like you just keep going, no matter how bad it is, because you just love it. You're committed to it. You'll just stay with it no matter what. Some people will leave, but like those fans, like some fans that just like no matter what, they just hooked. They'll keep going. They'll keep trudging along no matter how much they'll bring out. But I will say the difference between that kind of stuff in these game movies now is that like even though yes, are they not the best movies? Absolutely, they're not the best. But just the nostalgia and the feelings and actually getting to see like video game characters that we loved and grew up with in the big screen, whether live action or just regularly like animated, it's just like a new feeling. It's a new emotion. Like hands down, I will say, like for most franchises that I'm addicted to, FNAF is a huge one. Absolutely. I'm going rabid. I am drooling. I love FNAF. Hands down, I am still with the lore. And it's getting really confusing. Bro, I'm telling you, like, there are late night demons out there that are writing fanfics like their pens are on fire. And I'm dealing with it. And like how much stuff that's going in. Because we're on the Mimic right now. I'm still staying with it. So when I'm watching these movies and I'm seeing it and I'm kind of picking different pieces and seeing like where they're kind of going with it, I'm enjoying it because I just love it. It doesn't matter if it's like not gonna be the best movie. To me, I'm still gonna love it because I just love the world. I love the world, and that's just what it is. That's what grabs me. It's the love I have that will never die.
Yeah, similar thing. Felt similar thing when I watched what was it, the Mario movie, right?
Yeah.
I watched that movie. I left that movie and I thought it needs 30 more minutes of content. But that's the
Yeah.
thing. Does this movie want me to see more? Do I want more from it, or do I want to put it down? I don't want it anymore. As long as this movie can make me feel like I want more, you're egging me on for more. I want to engage with you more. I want to see more. I want maybe like, oh, I felt like after I watched that movie, I want a whole wide show of these characters and just doing it again. It's like a new one in this new style. You want it updated because you love it. And that's always a good thing to get out of a franchise. Even if the movie's not great, it isn't a good movie. Maybe the plot was weak. Maybe something else was weak in it. But as long as it can get that emotion out of you where you want more of it, that's always going to be a good thing.
No, for real. I can't wait because supposedly right now they're thinking about working on a. So that's going to be interesting. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be crazy. Supposedly they're working on that. And like a Helldivers movie. And then like, who knows when we'll get like the Kirby movies.
The Helldivers movie. No, because here's the thing, right? Here's my closing remark.
Yeah.
So you have three sides making a video game adaptation movie. One goes like The Witcher, and technically has rumors to be the Helldivers movie, where the people who play games, even Henry Cavill himself, was trying to give the directors an opinion. They're like, yeah, we ain't trying to send it that. We're trying to make it available to a wider audience because people play the games. Like they just like the games for what the games are, right? Yeah. And so they ignore the advice they get from people who actually play the game, try to make a story based on loose facts they know about the series. Which, especially for a series like Helldivers, like The Witcher makes more sense because it actually has a storyline. But for like Helldivers, to make a storyline out of what happens in the game. And if you don't make a storyline what happens in the game, people who like the game aren't going to want to watch it. And if it's not good, then people who don't like the game aren't going to want to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you have to pertain to the action movie, because people like action movies and people like the game to get the most amount of value out of your movie. And if you're willing to humble yourself and do that, then sure, that's going to be good. And then here's version 2, where they both follow it, like follow both aspects, and try to be the best way possible. Which low-key, how the Mario movie is moving, and the Sonic movie in general. They listen to the fans, and they're trying to make a good movie on top of that. Because if you watch the Sonic movie 1, 2, and 3, they're exponentially getting better because of following the lore behind the show. They're making the plot and story more consistent and everything, right? Mm-hmm. So you can see where we're going with the movie and how you want to make a sequel with it based on what you have with the games, and making a decent movie at least with like people and other fans. Because the Mario movie made $1 billion, and the Sonic franchise has made almost $1 billion as well. People clearly like to see a movie, especially with those popular franchises with a good pull, because it has a decent enough story and is, you know, the nostalgia people playing the game. Both the people feel satisfied. That's how I can make that money. And then this option 3, right? And option 3 is you go pure fan service with the games, where story be damned. And it's like it's just like the games, just we follow the games and everything, right? But the problem with that, the game fan service for the fans, is that like fans are watching a movie, go, oh yeah, there's that. So at the point you saying, oh, it's supposed to be a big grand finale finish, but overall you're just getting a story. You know what I mean? Like story is like, just seems like you're just a train with no set ended mind, which could be good for some, but like to close the story, you need to have a way to tie all the pieces together. Because the more tracks you have that split out, or tracks all come to one for the end of it, because it's not that you'll make the series going forever, right? There's a limited amount of lore you can have behind it. So that's the reason, because I think Scott Cawthon was just the primary like script writer for this. I don't think he even had a co-script writer. So I think if Scott Cawthon, who wants to make it for the fans and have the fan service behind the movie, can get somebody to like just edit it to make the story a little bit more consistent, FNAF movie can be a lot more easy to digest for people who aren't in the franchise. Because although you might want to see all what goes on in this, what happens next, the easiest way to close it out based on how the last movies have gone, because the FNAF 2 movie was obviously better than FNAF 1, if I'm going to be honest.
Absolutely.
It just felt like a better watch overall. I'm not gonna lie. But you can make it better if you want to have somebody just give you a second opinion and saying, maybe put this here so that we can start tying threads together, because we don't start ending things and keep making more diversions than, you know, because like right now for FNAF 2 is you have a whole bunch of plot lines. You have Vanessa getting possessed, right? You have Sergei's baby. You have the tapes from FNAF 6, Henry's tapes in FNAF 6. Yep. And you have like, what's it called? Security breach even mentioned in the movie, which is low-key crazy. So you have all those plot lines you want to start. There's other plot lines you have to like start bringing together. So you have to if you have a way to do that well, you can like start bringing the plot lines together in FNAF 3 and then finish it off with a FNAF 4. Then honestly, I feel like you could have FNAF 3 could like low key like do what Sonic 3 did for the franchise and like just make it a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like go insane. Yeah.
FNAF 3, based on how they do it, could just be the best movie in the series. True. And end up with FNAF 4 for a very good ending.
However they do FNAF 4, because they're gonna have to skip game 4, because I don't know how they're gonna do that unless they put like Mike Schmidt in a coma.
No. How they do FNAF 4 is you have FNAF 3.
Put it together.
If you put it, because you can, because basically doesn't this location happen in the basement where FNAF 4 is happening, right?
Logan, you're gonna have to
say
do
that again.
FNAF, what's it called? FNAF 5 sister location happens in the basement of FNAF 4, right?
Not. Kind of, yes. I forget. It is technically, but at. I
think I remember seeing like on one of the monitors in like sister location.
Yeah,
you
it's
see
the
Crying Child's
same.
bedroom.
It's the same thing. Yeah, I don't remember if that is just a Easter egg or like a nod to FNAF 4, or if it's legit. Yeah. I don't remember. But you just reminded me another thing about the movie. If I could say it really quick, when they're first in the classroom, on the board behind the teacher is the FNAF 1, or no, I think it's the FNAF 2 map outline on the blackboard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but
I didn't see that. No.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Oh, one last question I have for y'all, and this is a fun question. This is like one last fun question. What like if there was any game movie you wanted to be like any game you wanted to be making a movie, like hands down, what would be the one you would want? Like if it would be done perfectly, what would you want?
Overwatch.
Okay. I'm not even surprised.
Nah, because there's so much lore if you bring it together.
That's
it
true.
helps the series because the game is in a better state than it was like a year ago, and obviously with no PvE, it kind of ruined Overwatch. She's like, oh, we got no PvE. You weren't gonna play it anyways if you're gonna be honest with you. So, but this is like, oh, there's no PvE. You weren't even gonna touch it. We weren't gonna touch it. But like, besides that, if you make a good movie with all the lore, all the characters, like it would do wonders for their franchise. Wonders. Blizzard, I know you got money, bud. Put it into the movie. We'll take that World of Warcraft profits, just put it into Overwatch. That development team doesn't need that money. I'm gonna stop. They're gonna get me.
I'm crying. Yo, what about you, Logan? What game would you? I have a guess.
I mean, I don't think it's possible to say one answer. Like I don't think any of them. Yeah, I think they'll all suck. But like,
no, I'm saying like if it was done perfectly, like legitly, you could pick.
See, here's what I'm gonna say though.
Yeah,
it's not possible. I'll take that back. It is possible, but it's very dependent on what you're picking, because the reason games work as games and not as movies is because when you sit down to play a game, the random crap like garbage plot that you just accept by sitting down at a game is a lot easier to accept versus it being in a movie. For example, literally for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the whole like Faz Fest thing, that is ridiculous. That should never be a thing. That would never be allowed in any movie. That should not. It is something that I've seen people dog on about the movie. That it's like, oh wow, Faz Fest is a random thing everybody's talking about. It's ridiculous. But if I was sitting down playing a game and Five Nights at Freddy's 84 was just like, oh yeah, this one's about the outdoor experience, Faz Fest. Oh, and everybody in the town loves it. I wouldn't question that at all. I would just accept it. I would be like, okay, that's the theme of the movie, or that's the theme of the game, but because it, for a movie that's it's just stuff like that just doesn't seem right. So to answer your question in a roundabout way, I don't know any of them. Like literally anything. I don't care. I could name like 50 things, but I don't know.
Either say like Gears of War or like Binding of Isaac.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Sorry, you're right. That's my answer. They've been teasing that, dude, for I've been
Which one was I right?
Dude, they've been edging Gears of War fans for a movie for like 20 years.
There we go. All right, well, I'm glad I said Gears of War first. All right, cool. I know my got you. And then Machi, what would you say?
I would just go Hollow Knight strictly.
Yeah, I got
and
you.
And the funny part is it's going to be the hardest thing because you're the player character and you don't talk.
True.
It's going to be really hard, especially combining all that content into kind of space it, because you're exploring the world, and then really it's depending on how you end it. It's going to be a real interesting part.
Yeah, because the thing is, some of the games have multiple endings, and like when you go a game like Hollow Knight, right? Or I don't know, if, I haven't played Binding of Isaac, but pretty sure it might be the same way, where you're more of exploring the world and your actions affect the world. Like, I feel like even Undertale to an same aspect, but you explore the world and you see the endings you can get based on the decisions you make, right? Versus like that seems a lot easier to make a movie of than something like Helldivers, right?
Yeah.
Where they're just Helldivers they've even made a repo movie, right? Those are just like worlds that exist, and like you can't. There's nobody's story behind it. If you make a story behind it, it has to be like something based. That's what Cyberpunk Edgerunners did, and did successfully. And it's hard to do successfully because they made out like characters who didn't exist in the game, based in the game, to explore the world of the game, to expand the world of the game. You know what I mean? But that's the best you have to do with a movie without a storyline like that. You got to take a game, expand the world in the game with characters who aren't specified in the game, expand the world with those characters, and see what you can make a storyline. Because interesting stories you can go with those, but it's a little hard to follow.
It's especially interesting for it. There's a story, right? There's even a comic on one of the characters, Coral, from the game. Then obviously Silksong picks one of the endings from the game and goes forward with that. Right? And it's
Interesting.
an interesting idea of how can you really adapt such a huge world into even like a small thing, even if you maybe have to do it like I feel like it would work better as a series. Obviously, a lot of things would work better as a series because you get more time to explore and expand, right? But even as a movie, I think it'd be really interesting for people to see that, or even just to see that in a kind of new kind of medium.
Yeah.
Going off what you said much before I say my answer, like for instance, like when we watched the Tron movie, I'm not gonna lie to you, that could have been a TV show. That felt like it legit felt like it could have been a TV show instead. Like I feel like it would have done better if it was a TV show. They could have got more into like it felt quick, so I feel like they could dive more deep into like stuff, and then like it could have been like a better like TV show than like an actual movie. But for my answer, I have two answers. Top. Number one, hands down, I would legit freak out if they did a Devil May Cry movie. I would lose my
Devil May Cry
entire
show.
movie.
Yeah, they are a show. I feel like they might have do a movie for a solid minute.
No, but
See,
like
the
live,
show.
yeah, like they have an anime and they also have like a regular actual live action movie. I would be hyped. I would be so hyped with that. I would be so hyped.
But then you get the same problem with The Witcher, right?
Yeah.
That was live action.
The real
But
problem
then
is
people like
The
Witcher-
downfall of The Witcher is crazy.
no. The problem is with that kind of thing. The people who made it didn't have any love for the source material.
exactly. So you have to find someone who likes the source material. And
About if you can really, even like with the One Piece live action, right? The people who make that, and even the Oda, he's in that. You really have to get these people, the people who really love it, people who really want this to be the best it can be, to head those kind of projects. Because you cannot make a project by people who don't like what they're making. You're never going to make a good product like that.
Yeah, no, I got you. And then like the second one would be Little Nightmares. If they could do that, I'll be lit. That might sound crazy, but like I think Little Nightmares would be fun. I wouldn't mind that if they made a movie off that. I would have fun with that. I'm not even okay.
yeah. But then at the end of the day,
Run into the
we all reach the same consensus. Pardon me. If you don't like the series, don't work on a movie because you can't get the game fans. But in order to make a good movie, you have somebody else who knows how to make a good movie as a co-director, not the main director. You know, the game guy likes the main movie. The game guy writes the main part of the movie. The co-director fixes up, makes the plot actually like accessible. I feel that's what we've come to an agreement on.
Because I think that's what they did for like the FNAF 2 movie, especially because like I said, like Matt had a lot of stuff. They even like, especially Scott Cawthon was the main director. The main writer, right? They had a director for it as well because they have it was Blumhouse, right? Blumhouse was the that was the studio.
That's the studio.
That's the studio. But I don't know what the director was, but he worked on something that was like, which is the reason why I was flying. Oh, she? It was a she. Oh, that was a dude.
Yeah. No, her name is Emma.
Emma. Okay,
Emma Tammy.
All right, I got you. What did she work? I don't know. That's besides the point. But like, they literally went into detail this time and actually like ask the right questions and like go into like all your points. It's like when you put in that research, put in that dedication, actually take the time to like do the source material, look into it, actually work. You can get a somewhat of a good movie. At least the fans, and then some of the majority will enjoy of the not fans. So like, it's just a roll of the dice. It's a gamble, in my opinion.
You see, you need like a writer and a co-writer because the director just directs the set. The writer makes the movie script. So you have a writer, then a co-writer. You know what I mean?
Co-writer. All right, got you.
Yeah. And then obviously the director can do what the director does, but having a co-writer can help a lot with making a lot of more game movies easier to understand and have a coherent plot, while also having people who actually care about the game and tell like, oh, this happens in the game, this wouldn't happen in the game, so this interaction doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Now, some people who are willing to listen to both sides is just how you make a good movie.
Yeah.
Amen. All right.
Yeah.
Well, my lords and ladies, that has been our FNAF. Oh my god.
Should we all give a rating?
Oh yeah. You're right. All right. Logan, you're first because you reminded us.
Oh. 4 out of 10 if you don't play the games. Solid 8 out of 10 for me.
Dane?
Oh wow, next. So what would I rate it? I'd say a 7 out of 10, low key. Most people think like maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10, I feel like for most people, like with fans of the game, based on what they're expecting in the movie. But honestly, I kind of, you know, out of all 7.5 out of 10 is my thing.
I agree. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
How about you, Emmanuel?
If we're going off, I like how Logan split. I like how Logan split it up. If we're going off of like, if you don't know the lore, oh, that was like a 4.5 or like 3.5 kind of movie. If you do know the lore, homie, to me that was, I'm standing on that 8. I enjoyed that. I'm standing on that 8 with like what Logan said before he switched to 7.5. I'm standing on that 8. I would say 8 out of 10. For me, I love that. That was awesome. I could
You're right.
go 7.5.
7.75.
All right, I'll take that. But for me, it was an 8, bro. For me, it was an 8. Like I'm gonna stand on that business. I don't care what nobody says. That was an 8 for me, bro. I'm a fiend with FNAF. How about you, Mach?
For me, for someone who didn't know anything about the war or anything like that, I'm gonna, especially going in, because when this movie started, I almost walked out. I could not stand those child actors in the beginning.
Oh my god.
Really, it just didn't rock with me.
Mhm.
But going from a pure kind of like, oh, this, I'm not really familiar with anything. This is my first time going into this kind of thing. And even just how it was directed in, you know, even the script. It's a 5 out of 10. It's an average movie. Straight in the middle. It's not terrible, but it's not good.
All right, word. And then I wish we could get Anthony's, but but yeah. Well, that would be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for just listening to us talk about FNAF. We'll be doing this again for like FNAF 3, so look out for that, hands down, whenever that comes out. How many years that's gonna take? But this has been the FNAF 2 movie review. This has been our first ever group review. Can I get some air horns in the edits? Yeah, and then just going forward. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about the movie compared to the first movie and the second. What y'all saw. Are there any things that we missed that you all wanted us to talk about? And you can mention in the comments. We love hearing from y'all. Thank you. Afita's end.
Peace.
Peace. Well, good night, good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Peace.